I never really understood why anyone would need a computer smaller, thinner, or lighter than a razor blade. And then, I got a small procedure to ensure that I wouldn't have any more children, and the doc was all like, "Yo, dog, you can't lift anything for a bit." So I was all like, "Well, hey, how about this Spectre x360 2017 2-in-1 from HP?" And then he was like, "Okay, that looks pretty light." TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse privately and enjoy a more open internet. To try TunnelBear for free, check out the link in the video description. Some notebooks, even ones that I like, manage to use premium materials and solid internal hardware and still feel like a compromise because at some point, a designer figured that that extra millimeter or that cool-looking hidden hinge was worth whatever we were sacrificing. Not the Spectre x360 2017. I've rarely seen such a marriage of beautiful design and pragmatism. The machined aluminum chassis is light enough to keep the entire device under 3 pounds and 14 millimeters thick, but both the base and the display hold up shockingly well to my twist test, with battery life coming in well over 4 hours in my usual PC Mark work test, a very strong result. And the Core i7-7500U dual core could be cooled passively, but instead we get ventilation intakes along the bottom and a side exhaust that stayed practically silent under light workloads while still allowing the processor to stretch its legs to 3.1 gigahertz under heavy, multi-threaded loads. Since we're under the hood, the rest of the hardware specs are... What are they exactly? Well, mine has a 256 gig NVMe SSD, 8 gigs of RAM, onboard graphics, and a 72% color gamut, whatever that means, 1080p multi-touch IPS display that I would describe as pretty good. But the product page for this thing tries to be everything to everyone and just ends up being really confusing. There's talk of optional 4K displays, optional micro-edge displays, dual or quad speakers. Why does the bigger model have only 2 speakers? Is that better? And then in that case, why is 4 speakers a selling point? It's even got a sales pitch for NVIDIA graphics cards with a blurb under it explaining that the 13.3 inch is only available with Intel Iris Plus onboard graphics. And they managed to get all of that stuff on there without mentioning the outstanding mix of I/O. On the left is a Type A USB 3 port, a 3.5 millimeter combo jack, and a power button that's easy to reach in laptop, tablet, or anything in between mode. And on the right, we've got volume control and the frack? Thunderbolt 3? How did 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports not make it into the marketing materials? I had to confirm for myself by hooking up to a Razer Core that they are actually Thunderbolt 3 and not just fast charging Type-C ports with a confusing graphic on them. And they are. It worked completely seamlessly out of the box with the Core and managed to handle an all-night gaming stress test in Rise of the Tomb Raider flawlessly. And there's more good news. Some may object to the thicker top and bottom bezels, but this is that function merged with form thing again. The top is thick because it rocks a decent 1080p webcam with, wait for it, IR emitters for Windows Hello, my favorite feature ever, and the antennas for the 2x2 Wi-Fi that performs admirably. And the bottom is to lift the display off the desk a little bit, meaning less neck strain, and give a little more depth to the product for the Bang & Olufsen speakers that are, and you can quote me on this, the best I've heard yet on a thin and light. I'm not sure how they did it, but they sound great. The keyboard and trackpad are a couple of mixed bags for me though. The feel of both is outstanding thanks to nice long travel distances with satisfying tactile feedback on the keys and the glass top for the trackpad, but there are some design choices that I disagree with here. The widescreen aspect ratio of the trackpad is great, and both the tracking acceleration algorithm and palm rejection are top-notch, but the ClickPad has a very inconsistent feel from the top to the bottom that's hard to forgive now that Apple Force Touch exists. As for the keyboard, it's off-center, seemingly to make room for dedicated keys for functions that I prefer to have combined with function arrows anyway. And this misalignment forces your shoulders or your neck out of whack, which is kind of a bummer, because aside from that, and the couple of QC issues with my sample, listen to this. It's one of my favorite laptop keyboards to date. So conclusion time then. At the price, this kind of build quality would have been unthinkable a couple of years ago. The Spectre x360 2017 proves that 2-in-1s are all growed up now, and you can get a hell of an ultra-portable computer starting at $900. You know what else you could get for $900? 6 years of Squarespace. Squarespace is the easy way to build a beautiful website. They've got a bunch of gorgeous templates. You just pick which one you like and you start plunking in your own text and pictures, and pretty much no matter what you do, you're gonna end up with something that looks great and works great on any device. It starts at just $12 a month, and they've got a ton of amazing features. The whole thing is built using their web platform. Pretty much anyone can do it, but they throw in tech support 24/7 via live chat and email, just in case. They've got cover pages, which lets you build a beautiful one-page online presence in minutes. They've got the ability to publish content in Apple News format. They've got their logo designer. They've got the, oh yeah, commerce is built into every single template, and you can start a trial with no credit card required and start building today. Then when you decide to sign up, you can use offer code LTT to get 10% off. So thanks for watching, guys. Dislike or like, whatever suits you best. If you really liked the video, get subscribed to our channel. Check out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link to Amazon in the video description. And maybe check out our community forum and our merch store, which has cool shirts like this one, also linked in the video description. Now that you're done doing all that stuff, you're probably wondering what to watch next. So check out our latest video over on Channel Superfun.